Welcome to Mystic 10. Today, we're exploring the top 50 largest Muslim countries by land area. We'll also look at their population percentages and amazing facts. Stay tuned to see which country is the largest. Let's get started. 50. Bosnia and Herzegovina, Muslim population. 50%, amazing fact. Islam arrived here in the 15th century with the Ottomans. 49. Albania, Muslim population, 58%. Amazing fact. It was the only European country where the Jewish population increased during World War II. 48. Palestine, Muslim population, 98%. Amazing fact. Home to Al-Aqsa Mosque, one of Islam's holiest sites. 47. Maldives, Muslim population, 100%. Amazing fact. Islam is the only official religion, and all citizens must be Muslim. 46. Comoros, Muslim population, 99%. Amazing fact. A small island nation, but deeply rooted in Islamic traditions. Number 45. Bahrain, Muslim population, 73%. Amazing fact. One of the first places where Islam spread, outside of Arabia. 44. Qatar, Muslim population, 67%. Amazing fact. Hosts the world's richest city, Doha, with vast natural gas reserves. 43. Kuwait, Muslim population, 74%. Amazing fact. Home to the 6th largest oil reserves in the world. 42. United Arab Emirates, UAE, Muslim population, 76%. Amazing fact. Dubai has the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa. 41. Oman, Muslim population, 86%. Amazing fact. Once ruled a powerful empire stretching to East Africa. Check 40. Lebanon, Muslim population, 61%. Amazing fact. One of the most religiously diverse countries in the Middle East. Number 39. Brunei, Muslim population, 80%. Amazing fact. A tiny but wealthy country with Sharia law in place. 38. Syria, Muslim population, 90%. Amazing fact. Damascus is one of the world's oldest continuously inhabited cities. Number 37. Tunisia, Muslim population, 98%. Amazing fact. Home to Carthage, a major rival of ancient Rome. 36. Jordan, Muslim population, 93%. Amazing fact. Petra, the Rose City, is one of the new 7 wonders of the world. 35. Senegal, Muslim population, 97%. Amazing fact. Known for Gorée Island, a historic site of the transatlantic slave trade. Number 34. Mali, Muslim population, 95%. Amazing fact. Timbuktu was once a global center for Islamic learning. Number 33. Chad, Muslim population, 55%. Amazing fact. Home to one of Africa's largest freshwater lakes, Lake Chad. Number 32. Niger, Muslim population, 99%. Amazing fact. Over 80% of its land is covered by the Sahara Desert. 31. Burkina Faso, Muslim population, 64%. Amazing fact. Hosts Africa's largest film festival, FESPACO. 30. Gambia, Muslim population, 95%. Amazing fact. The smallest country in mainland Africa. 29. Somalia, Muslim population, 99.8%. Amazing fact. Has the longest coastline in mainland Africa. Number 28. Guinea, Muslim population, 85%. Amazing fact. One of the world's top producers of bauxite. Number 27. Azerbaijan, Muslim population, 97%. Amazing fact. Known as the land of fire due to natural gas flames that burn from the ground. 26. Uzbekistan, Muslim population, 96%. Amazing fact. Samarkand was a key Silk Road trading hub. 25. Guinea-Bissau, Muslim population, 50%. Amazing fact, known for the beautiful Bijagos archipelago. 24. Malaysia Muslim population, 63%. Amazing fact, home to the famous Petronas Towers. Number 23. Tajikistan, Muslim population, 98%. Amazing fact, rich in breathtaking mountain landscapes. Icon 22. Turkmenistan, Muslim population, 93%. Amazing fact, home to the door to hell, a burning gas crater. Icon 21. Kyrgyzstan, Muslim population, 90%. Amazing fact, 90% of the country is mountainous. Icon 20. Sierra Leone, Muslim population, 78%. Amazing fact, founded as a settlement for freed slaves. 19. Djibouti Muslim population, 94%. Amazing fact, Lake Assal is saltier than the Dead Sea. 18. Ethiopia Muslim population, 34%. Amazing fact, Harar is one of Islam's holiest cities. Number 17. Morocco Muslim population, 99%. Amazing fact, home to the world's largest traditional market, souk. 16. Iraq Muslim population, 98%. Amazing fact, once home to the ancient city of Babylon. 15. Turkey Muslim population, 99%. Amazing fact, Istanbul is the only city spanning 2 continents. Bangalore 14. Afghanistan Muslim population, 99%. Amazing fact, once home to the world's tallest Buddha statues. 13. Yemen Muslim population, 99%. Amazing fact, Sana'a is one of the world's oldest cities. 12. Western Sahara Muslim population, 99%. Amazing fact, one of the least populated areas on Earth. 11. Sudan Muslim population, 97%. Amazing fact, has more pyramids than Egypt. 10. Egypt Muslim population, 90%. Amazing fact, home to Al-Azhar University, one of the oldest Islamic institutions in the world. 9. Mauritania Muslim population, 99.9%. Amazing fact, one of the last countries to abolish slavery, and much of its land is covered by the Sahara Desert. 8. Pakistan Muslim population, 96%. Amazing fact, has the world's second highest mountain, K2. 7. Iran Muslim population, 99%. Amazing fact, Persian civilization dates back over 2,500 years. 6. Libya Muslim population, 97%. Amazing fact, over 90% of Libya is desert, making it one of the driest countries on Earth. 5. Indonesia, Muslim population, 87%. Amazing fact, the world's largest Muslim majority country by population. 4. Sudan, Muslim population, 97%. Amazing fact, has more pyramids than Egypt. 3. Saudi Arabia, Muslim population, 100%. Amazing fact, home to Mecca and Medina, the 2 holiest cities in Islam. 2. Kazakhstan Muslim population, 70%. Amazing fact, the largest landlocked country in the world. 1. Algeria Muslim population, 99%. Amazing fact, the largest Muslim majority country by land area, covering much of North Africa. And that's our list of the top 50 largest Muslim countries by land area. Which country surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to InfoPlus for more amazing videos. See you in the next one.